Hi friends, happy Tuesday, the 25th of March, the solemnity of the Annunciation of the Lord. Nice to be with you. I'm Father Bill Hill, priest at Holy Spirit Catholic Community in Rock Springs, Wyoming. I'll share with you a reflection on the daily readings. They're linked below. Click that link, read the readings prayerfully, and then turn off the screen. Spend some time with God before you move on to other things. Parish mission, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, 31st, 1st, and 2nd, 7 p.m. here at Our Lady of Sorrows. Father Jason Marco, Father Rob Spalding, and Father Bill Hill talking on the theme of hope, the ordinary Jubilee year of hope. All right, we have a solemnity. If you're one who does the Lenten observance and then relaxes it on Sundays, today would be a day that you could eat your chocolate, binge your socials, watch some TV, whatever it is. I don't find that helpful for me because then I got to get on the horse every week. But today is a solemnity. It's on the same rank as a Sunday, which is a little Easter. So there you go. Enjoy it if you want to today. If you go to Mass, there would be a creed. There would be a Gloria. There's a second reading. This is a big deal today. I say this in December and I forget about it now, but we get confused about the solemnity of the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary on December 8th, right? We're like, wait, this doesn't make sense because we forget that that's about Mary's conception. Today is about the conception of Jesus, 9 months in advance of the birth on December 25. And remember, I know that modern science will tell us that human gestation is not 9 months, absolutely. These are liturgical feast days. Like, we do not believe that Jesus was born on December 25th. That's when we choose to celebrate it. And so 9 months in advance, March 25th, the solemnity of the Annunciation. We have special readings. We have Isaiah, we have Hebrews, and we have Luke's Gospel. We're going to start with Luke's Gospel today. Behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your word, towards the end of this story of the conception of Jesus from Luke's Gospel. I especially am mindful of Mary's yes today, but also what we hear about earlier. Her heart was troubled at what this greeting might mean. I mean, be mindful. This young woman is encountering an archangel of God, and clearly she is afraid, she is troubled, she is concerned. Maybe I've probably thought that these emotions have passed through her quickly, so that by the time that she says, behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord, that maybe there's complete surrender. And maybe there is, right? Let's be clear. This is the Blessed Virgin Mary, a woman that we hold in incredibly high esteem. But also it's okay if she's still troubled, if she's still afraid. These are human emotions. These are gifts from the Creator that aren't sins. And we hold that she is, sinless. I just want you to sit with that for a second, that she's able to say her perfect yes to God. And she might be troubled. She might be afraid. She might have a variety of different experiences on the inside, but still seeking God's will above all else. What might be troubling us, what might be making us anxious or afraid or worried or downcast or hopeful or jubilant or excited as we say yes to the Lord today. Let's connect with the Lord in our emotional state as well as in our disposition to doing the will of God today. Second reading, Hebrews. Remember that Hebrews is written directly towards Jewish Christians in that first generation. So there's a lot of overlap of Jewish practices in that first generation. Animal sacrifice. So it's a comparing and a contrasting of Jewish observance with emerging Christian observance. And it's attempted to encourage Jewish Christians, maybe in Alexandria, so not super far from Jerusalem, from backsliding. And so just echoing some of the refrains of some of the prophets, it's not the blood, the actual sacrifice in the temple that's doing this. It's obedience. It's hearts that are open towards the Lord. And so maybe 2 lines here. A body you prepared for me. Today we celebrate in a particular way the incarnation of Jesus, the physicality of Jesus in the flesh, one of us. a body that God has prepared for him. As you experience reality today in your body, hunger and thirst and tiredness and soreness and weariness and like the gift of being in the body as we are created to be, that's part of the experience of Jesus and Mary as well, a body you prepared for me. And then the other one is obedience. It wasn't sacrifices and offerings, but it's the will to do God, to behold, I come to do your will. The sacrifice of Jesus, yes, it is the cross, it is the blood, it is the offering to God, right, that fulfills Old Testament sacrifice stuff. But it's also obedience, a heart and an ear inclined to the will of God, even if it is terrifying. Last one, prophet Isaiah, that says, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son. You will call him Emmanuel, God who is with us, like God who is with the human race. And if we're dealing with challenges and difficulties and pain and suffering and loss, God is with us in that. And if not, I just invite you to connect in your prayer and in compassion with people throughout the world that are suffering, that are grieving, that are lost. Hold them in prayer in a variety of different ways. God who is with us, Emmanuel. Read those readings prayerfully. Turn off the screen. Spend some time with God before you move on to other things. A great day, solemnity of the Immaculate Conception. Mary says yes, and it changes everything. God comes into our midst. Let us rejoice today, my friends, in the midst of this Lenten journey. Pray for folks having a hard time. Pray for pregnant folks. Pray for peace in this world. God bless y'all.